Hello, I'm Todd Gatewood. Let's take a deep dive into the Patterson film, Part 2.
Well, it's always good to start at the beginning. This is one of the opening frames of the Patterson film. Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin were riding their horses down a logging road next to a bluff creek when they saw Patty. To the right of the screen is the road, you can see it, and to the left is the creek. And I'm zooming in on this creek. I kind of want to talk about that creek a minute. You feel me? And here's kind of what I want to say. M.K. Davis has claimed what I'm showing is not water. M.K. Davis tries to create doubt by saying Roger and whoever had the camera was changing angles for each individual frame. The camera was a 16 millimeter shooting 16 frames per second, and that means 16 frames per second. Each frame is exposed for 1/6 of a second, or 0.0625 seconds per frame. Human motor reaction time to visual or physical stimulus averages 0.25 seconds at best, about 4 times slower than the single frame of film. That means even if the operator could instantly react and move, by the time they began to adjust, 4 frames would already have passed. Not only is that physically impossible, it's called science and mathematics. M.K. Davis makes foolish statements with no homework or even opening a book. Now let's get back to the stream. There it is in slow motion. There's the corner sprocket of the camera, that white thing in the left corner. And there's the water clearly running. You can obviously tell it's water. I'm going to let you guys look at it for a minute, and then I've backed it out, and I'll show you at full at camera speed what the water looks like. So let's just absorb this knowledge and watch. Your own eyes tell you what it is. You don't need a fancy storyteller to make up anything about this film. It's great enough on its own. Let's take a look at those frames. We're going to watch these frames for 1 minute. That's 1 minute for you guys to get it burned into your brains. That's a stream. It's nothing else, it's just a stream. And you can also see the road in the right-hand corner that they were riding in on. It's very clear. See that? It was a graded road by a road grader. Roger had to cross the creek, and there's a frame of the creek that he shows, but this is the road they were on. You can see Patty in this frame. You can see it's a whole frame. You can see all 4 corner sprocket holes, and the arrows show you the road. Roger is running over that road, up the berm and down the berm and across the stream. His finger slips off the trigger, the camera trigger, a couple times, causing it to stop. So there are some what they call trigger slips. Let's look at one of them. It's all been notated years and years and years ago by Bill Munns. If you want to really know about the film, listen to Bill Munns, study his book. But there it is. There's the stream. You can see the motion blur. Patty's just above the berm. Roger has to go down the berm and up the berm. So it undulates. It causes the scene to undulate. There is the stream again. Patty's up there by that stick that's poking up in the right. And she's going to come into frame here in a moment. I'll show you. Roger comes out about where that stick is, and she is right there. And she's moving. She stays in motion this whole film. She never stops. Ever. So, and I've demonstrated this. I'm going to re-demonstrate it. We're going to take a look at it. I'll show you what Dr. Meldrum and I talked about quite a bit. You should see it too. There she is in a blurry frame. See, she doesn't disappear. So there's value in all these frames, even not cleaned up and soft. When I say it's a soft copy, you're actually looking at a copy of the film frame in TIFF file format, which is why I can zoom in on it and it doesn't turn into squares. It's actual film. But look at her. This is a great frame of her walking. Toe up, heel up, foot bent. Her muscles are clearly defined. It's just spectacular. The amount of muscle groups that you can count moving. It's just, anyone that says it's a costume, you instantly know what they don't know. Okay? But look at that. Look at her heel on her foot. You can see the sole of her foot even. The back of her heel. You can see her toes up. And that she obviously has a flexible foot. We're going to look at that some more, but I want you just to take it in. It's amazing. And this frame isn't even cleaned up like it's going to be. It's not even sharpened like it's going to be. There's enough on it.
All right. Now, if you like the content that you see and you want to see more, like, subscribe, and share. Please, it helps the algorithm. It gets it out there, and it's what's inspiring me to bring you these videos in a timely fashion, sooner rather than later. All right, now there's some other things. My store, I've had some people that are just hating on me. You know, they hate me because I'm showing you the Patterson film clearly. They do. There are top-notch, what you would consider top-notch Bigfooters and researchers that just hate Todd Gatewood because he's showing you something. Figure it out. I don't understand it. But there are haters. And oh, they complain. You guys ask me regularly and have since the beginning, when can I get a copy of this? Can I get a poster, a framed picture? Yes, go to my store. There's a link down below. Or follow the QR code. Here's the deal. People are hating on it, and it just inspires me. So I added 37 more products for you guys. How you like that? Shower curtains, comforters. You can do a whole bedroom now. Tennis shoes, you name it. Phone cases, coffee mugs, tumblers, a whole ton of stuff. It's the holiday season, all right? So let's have some stuff and let the haters be hating. All right, my friend Big Homie and I are getting ready to tape another show. We've been talking about it. We talked about it today. I hope you'll visit him. His channel is the Off Grid Network. I really love that channel. Please like and subscribe and follow him. He's also supporting a back-to-school effort in Kenya. We're providing clothes and food for kids there. There's a link and there's a code that you can follow. Please feel free to donate. We're trying to raise $10,000 for these kids over there. It doesn't seem like that much money here, but it's a world of difference in Kenya, and you guys can make that difference. I appreciate you giving and contributing to that very much. Thank you. The most fantastical thing about the Patterson Gimlin film is what's on the film, Patty. What type of human is she? How can we communicate with her type again? That's the next level stuff. People that want to sell you creepypasta and talk about things that Bluff Creek that never happened. And I understand if you like that kind of fantasy and you want to engage in that sort of thing, okay, but this isn't where you need to be then, because this is a factual conversation. And I'm a film archivist and restoration specialist. I'm not a storyteller. I'm not here to lead you down some fun paths of creepiness so you can go to bed with shivers and talk about things that aren't there. It's easy to appeal to the weak side of people's minds through pareidolia and stories and insinuations and saying things that lead people to want to draw erroneous conclusions. But let me remind you of Occam's razor. It applies to the Patterson film. So I want you to just follow that thought.
Occam's razor. It's a problem-solving principle that recommends searching for explanations constructed with the smallest possible set of elements. Popularly, the principle is sometimes paraphrased as of two competing theories, the simpler explanation of an entity is to be preferred. If both hypotheses have equal explanatory power, one should prefer the hypothesis that requires the fewest assumptions. Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin equal one assumption, one film, and one story. M.K. Davis' theories contain over 10 wild assumptions with zero evidence. See how silly his nonsense is when you read it? Let's get back to the important thing, the film, and what's on it. So let's take a look at Patty. There she is in one of the earliest frames. You can see the sole of her foot very clearly. It's not white and washed out, it's just her foot. And this is a beautiful frame. Even though it's dirty and yellowed and has scratches and smudges on it, I've got a surprise for you. You've heard me say this, but I'm going to say it again. That's all going away. Look at her muscle groups. Look at her calves. Look at her buttocks, Forrest. You can see it all. The conical head, it's just classic. It's just a beautiful film. And there's so much information on the film about her. We don't have to get distracted by silly attention-grabbing theories or stories, creepypasta. Look at her. Look at the sole of her foot. Look how it flexes. We're going to take a look at some more flex. Yeah, it's just amazing. Just amazing. In this frame, she's standing, it looks like, still, but she's not. She's in full motion. What she's done is she's brought her legs together as she's walking, and this freezes that moment in time. But it shows you how wonky a Sasquatch walks because they never straighten their legs out. They have this bent thing going on. They just don't straighten them out, apparently. I'm not sure what that C-shaped thing is on the back of her leg, but yeah. And in this one, we can see her heel and toe. You can see the back of her heel and her toe is up in the front. She has obvious foot flexing, which we're going to get to some more of. I'm showing you some film, and I'm going to show you what Dr. Meldrum and I talked about. But we're going to go over a couple of these fine moments first, where we see her foot flexing in the film, the back of her heel and her toe. Once again here, the foot is flexed. I'm going to rock it back and forth here just a little bit, little heel, toe. But also am pointing out two things with this, by doing this. The calf muscle in her leg is tightening, and her toe is pointing out. So, yeah, muscle movement in her back and her whole body. She's in motion. So here she is, slowly moving, but we can see her muscles. We can see her feet flexing. I'm going through it extra slow for you with these frames, just so you can take it in, because I know you haven't really focused on it, the movement, as much as her, and want to see her face and these things, but the soles of her feet and her calves, and look at that, how it extends out. Just terrific. Look at it again. Let's study her. It is the greatest piece of film ever taken. It is the most watched piece of film. Look at the soles of her feet. Look at her heel. Look at her muscles. Look at the sides of her hand, her triceps, her glutes. Yep. You know, when you've got the greatest film in the world with the most fascinating subject, you don't need to get lost in made-up side stories like a bloody dog print, as if a dog could hobble around on one leg or three legs and then go plant a print, one solitary print, and leave no other prints at all anywhere around it. And it's simply because that's not a bloody dog print. That's just bloody crazy. Y'all need to watch Lazy Cowboy's video. He just put a new one out. It goes way into depth, far more here. But let's take a look at it. You know, you got to look at it and analyze it. And that's a dog print, but that's a dog print looking straight down at it at a 45-degree angle. And what you're seeing on the screen is not at a 45-degree angle. If anything, it's at a 45-degree angle going the other way. So you need to adjust the parallax view. So if you push down the view there, that is what a dog print would look like. And you can see that that spot is not a dog print. Okay? You can, it's called pareidolia, but then look at the facts around it. One sole solitary smudge in the sand of something. Those could be leaves. I'm not sure, but who cares? You don't have to make up stories about it. Anybody can look at that pattern, compare it to what a dog print is, and you can clearly see it's not a canine track. It's just a bedtime story from a storyteller. And it's a terribly damning story. This is other pictures of that same spot. It's on multiple frames, and Roger's moved in this one. This is about frame 347 or so. And you can see once again, it's one solitary thing in the sand, and it's not a dog print at all. The story is terrible that M.K. Davis has told and perpetuated. The families of Roger and Bob are more elusive than Sasquatch because of the terrible things that the Bigfoot community has said about those men. They don't want anything to do with the community, and understandably so. Why y'all focused on making up stories or listening to stories? You've got the greatest thing here right in front of you, the greatest frame. Clearly you can see it's a type of a human, just like our native brethren have told us. Listen to our elders. Listen to your elders. Let's look at what Dr. Meldrum and I talked about. This is Patty. I'm slowly rocking her back and forth here. I like these last frames of her. You can back it up. You can clearly see her left hand and her palm of her hand. She's not carrying anything or have anything on her personage. She's just walking. But there you see her hand go into view. And now I'm going to roll the film with my thumb on my editing deck so you can see a few of these blurry frames. But she never leaves the scene, even though she's jumping around. There she is, and she's going to emerge. See her peeking right there by the trees, little tree peeking. As we go forward, she's going to emerge. The tree that's angled is pointing right at her, and she's going to emerge between these two trees. This is something Dr. Meldrum and I talked about, because this part of the film is typically cut out of broadcast. But my eye caught something in it, so I wanted to stabilize it and look at it. And look what we've got. Oh, hey, there she is, just still walking. There's her feet, But let's take a look at them again. Let's go back. Look at the soles of her feet. And look how her muscles flex. Look how her foot bends. I'll back it up here for you so you can see that other calf. It's very clear. Look at the heel. You can see the skin on her foot. But I want to show you that other calf. It's you can just see it, that muscle ball up. It's just yeah, that's her. She's walking and about to walk out of view. You know what? This thing is so deep, folks. Let's do a deep dive 3. It's just going to require it. There's more to show, more to go. Hang in there with me.